Has everybody got their 3D glasses ready?
Ooh-wee.
Ooh-wee! Oh, Rick!
Oh my goodness!
Hi everybody, welcome back to Doctor Who
Hi.
Review. I'm Chris.
I'm not Chris.
And it's been 4 years!
70 minutes. No.
It's been a 20-year time loop since we last saw you. The last video, you probably noticed, was the end of classic Doctor Who.
Yes.
Kind of.
Yeah.
What about the movie? We'll get to that. But that doesn't mean it was the last bit of Doctor Who produced by the current team. Or rather, the people left behind to be there at the offices. John Nathan Turner, of course, spearheaded Dimensions in Time, a 1993 Children in Need special to raise money for, children in need, so for a worthy cause. So regardless of whether it's good, bad, indifferent, whatever, it did a good thing.
Yeah.
You can watch it right now for free on YouTube because as part of the charity agreement, of course, it can't be reproduced commercially. So the only way you can watch it is when people upload it to YouTube, which is quite often. There's usually at least one version of it floating around at any one time.
Yeah.
It started on Children in Need Night, Part 1. Part 2 played on Noel's house party the following night. Each segment is introduced by Noel Edmonds, and the first one's introduced also alongside the Third Doctor. And I have to say, watching it just now, because that's what this is, it's an immediate reaction, because I've seen this before.
Yeah.
I've laughed at this before. Lucy's never seen this before. She's
heard
heard me...
My name is not Chris.
Oh yeah, sorry, not Chris has never seen this before. They've heard me quote it a lot. Dear God. Would you like to explain to them, having just watched it, so full attention, let's get you in full mode here, what is the plot of Dimensions in Time? The Children in Need charity special celebrating 30 years, nearly, if you don't count the previous 4 where it was shunned, of Doctor Who.
Hold on. It was technically 34 when that was filmed.
No.
What do you mean?
It was 30. Let's celebrate the 30th anniversary of Doctor Who. A show we quietly cancelled 4 years prior.
Oh, so we're celebrating 30 years of Doctor Who existing.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, what was your question, sorry?
What's the plot?
What's the plot? God knows.
We'll start at the beginning.
No, I'm joking.
Which I heard is a very good place to start.
We open with the Rani.
Yeah, Kate Mara.
Really boring ass TARDIS.
What are you talking about? It had a CGI roof.
With a did
The
it?
ceiling was all purple shimmering
I
galaxies.
think that might have been an accident.
Yeah, just tracking.
It's just
On the video copy that we watched.
Bad green screen. She's got a male companion with her who,
Let's call him Sexy Man in Tunic.
But he's not a sexy man.
But why else would you keep him around?
Because he's got legs.
Alright. He knows how to use them.
Got legs. Anyway, and she's taking specimens of all living creatures, great and small.
It seems that's what she's doing. Yeah.
I mean, why? Why are you making a catalogue? Why? What's the point?
I thought that's what Light was meant to do.
I know, yeah, but he fluffed it up. Turned everything to primordial soup.
And cosplayed as Liberace. So what's she doing? What's her plan this time?
She wants... The last specimen she needs is a human.
Or in the words of Captain Kirk.
Human.
There it is.
And she knows that the Doctor is going to get involved if she tries to take a human.
I think we're assuming that that's why she tries to trip him up.
She says that he's going to try and meddle. So that's...
Yeah.
But, yeah. I mean, you could literally land your TARDIS, get some chloroform, steal a person, and then get
straight back into your TARDIS and bugger off. But instead you disguise...
the Doctor would probably never know.
But instead you're disguising it as a sort of a memorial statue and as the doorway to a pub and all these other things.
What the hell? It's weird.
So what does she do to stop the Doctor getting involved in her experimente? Her Colin Dent or Dente?
Dente.
Or Dent B. There we are. See how much she doesn't want to talk about this, folks.
So she, I don't know, she brings all the Doctors to one place.
She traps them in a time corridor / loop, whatever.
Somehow.
In an attempt
as long as you call it a time something, you could just get away with it.
Well, she is a Time Lord, so...
You could call it a time vortex, you could call it a time biscuit tin,
time scoop.
Time square, do whatever you want.
Time dab.
Time bath time.
Fun times. Fun times at Madame Rani's. Sounds like a restaurant.
It does. Fun times at Madame Rani's.
She's managed to subdue 2 incarnations of the Doctor. Could you remember what she referred to their state as?
No.
Pickled in time.
Oh, didn't even mention the fact that the disembodied heads of the first Doctor and the second Doctor are just floating around as if they've just been decapitated. Mm-hmm. Or like they're a head in a jar like in Futurama and they've just let them out of the jar.
And in 3D.
That would be horrifying. I mean, it's not a real picture of them. It's like...
They're not bad sculpts. Like, for the sculpts they are, they're pretty good. It's very
obvious that it's like a waxwork.
A Two-Swordian creation.
Fresh off the guillotine, do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Old school. She's got old school. She's like, I want this to look as authentic as possible. Cut off the heads of William Hartnell and Patrick Troughton. And don't tell them you're doing it until just before you do it. I want them to look mildly shocked.
I want them to look just plain. Plain, no emotion, but looking forward. That's the instructions.
Good day, sir. But Madam Tussaud, I said good day, sir.
Or what?
Oh, God.
That's the extent of my French. Anyway, so the Doctor is stuck in this time biscuit tin or whatever.
And where's it concentrated? First the incarnations are nearly, it seems like the warning misses them, but they're nearly warned by who?
Oh, the
Wow.
Fourth Doctor.
Wow. It's like Dimensions in Time has melted your brain.
It's fourth one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, Fourth Doctor.
Who is all teeth, but definitely...
No hair.
No curls. No.
He's got no curls. He looks weird.
Tom Baker did this, not just because it was for charity, because again, to repeat, no actor got a fee for this. This was for charity.
Good. I'm glad. They weren't technically acting.
Oh, God, they were trying their darndest to do something with it, but...
Peter Davison did pull some kind of face, so that maybe could be classed as acting, but just about.
Sylvester, the only 2 people to come out of this not looking like the fuck are they doing? There's 3, actually. 3 of them came out of this like, okay, you guys are trying your best. And that's Caroline John as Liz Shaw. She gets like 2 lines of dialogue and she goes for it.
Yeah.
And it's like, Liz! Yes! And Sophie Aldred and Sylvester McCoy. In the 2 scenes where you get to see the then still current Doctor and companion interacting with each other. The Brig, come on. We love Nicholas Courtney, we adore him. But you couldn't hear a damn word he was saying.
Yeah, but he looked the part.
I was going to say they all look the part, but that is not true. We'll get to each individual as we get to them. So come on. So
the Doctor keeps changing.
Well, the 4th Doctor warns them because the Ranis have to get there. Like, she hates me. She even hates children, which to me actually is kind of a brilliant line and very 4th Doctor.
That's the only hint that it's children indeed.
Yeah, she even hates children.
Indeed.
Young children who never saw the Rani because we cancelled the show years ago.
Pudsey.
Pudsey, no, she even hates Pudsey. Now, if he'd have said that, that would have somehow improved and made it worse at the same time.
That would have caused fury across England.
But it would have at least kind of solidified the idea that this is a charity special. One of the biggest cock-ups of this is it takes itself
so seriously.
so seriously.
Yeah.
And yet, it's like a kid with a bunch of Doctor Who toys is just throwing them into a playset. But for some reason doesn't want to get them bundled up. So only puts 2 in at a time.
God.
Lucy,
Yeah.
who is not Chris's agent, this was a multi-doctor special.
Yeah.
3 doctors, 5 doctors, 2 doctors. Yeah?
Yeah.
This was a multi-doctor special. Why do none of them share a scene together?
Because that would be telling.
Oh, that's really dumb, isn't it?
I don't know.
The story reason is they're trapped in that East End.
I thought they were all going to appear at the end.
Oh.
No.
Well.
That was so the Doctor keeps changing because this time loop is like.
Because he and Ace are aiming for the Great Wall of China.
Yeah.
And they get there and it looks like it's shortly after the wedding of Queen Elizabeth and Prince Philip. Because you see the front of the newspaper and it's like newlywed on the front and all this. And it's 1973. And I might be wrong with that one, but I'm pretty sure that was the wedding. They were all wedding that year.
I don't think so.
I know they're together for ages, but I don't know. Someone tell me in the comments. I don't care. My brain has also been melted by the fact we just watched Dimensions in Time. They keep changing.
Yeah.
The Doctor's incarnation keeps shifting, and each incarnation seems to be aware of what's going on. So suddenly, Ace is talking to the 6th Doctor. And she makes a throwaway comment about, like, hang on, where's the Doctor? And it's like, it is me, a previous incarnation. And she just sort of is like, alright, and just goes with it.
He got married in 1947.
Alright, well, he was it in 73?
I have no idea.
Anyway. Ask me if I'm a royalist. Ask me if I'm a royalist. Ask me if I'm a royalist. Come on. For the benefit of the viewers, ask me if I'm a royalist.
Are you a royalist?
Of course I freaking am!
I'm not either, but I knew it was. They weren't married in the 70s.
I don't give a crap.
Jesus Christ.
I could not give a crap. They're good for tourism. Anyway.
Oh God, that's very funny.
Yeah. Glad that didn't come up in bloody general knowledge on Mastermind. Jesus. Anyway. The Doctor changes to the 6th Doctor. Ace is confused and then just gets over it immediately. Gets over it immediately. And then the Doctor turns into the 3rd Doctor.
Sorry.
Who's talking to Mel.
Yeah, I didn't realise that was Mel at first.
Because, and we'll separate sideline. Oh, we'll do this now real quick. Because anyone who's watching this isn't watching this to hear about Dimensions in Time for the first time. They've already seen it if they're watching us talk about it.
Not necessarily. I mean,
guys, stop this video and go and watch Dimensions in Time. It's 20-ish minutes long.
I wouldn't.
It's on YouTube.
Do you know what? Just don't do it.
Because here's the thing.
Listen to us talk about it instead.
It didn't
get more enjoyment.
It didn't strike you as Mel because she wasn't dressed like Mel.
No.
Just like none of the companions, bar Ace and the Brigadier and Yates, arguably. But Yates and the Brigadier, easy costumes to replicate. But aside from Ace, then
Sarah Jane.
Oh, don't get me started on that one. Poor
Andy
Sladen.
Pandy.
Yeah.
She was clearly far too old to be wearing an outfit like that.
She, I believe, was not happy about it that day either. That's the one they picked.
Imagine if she just turned up to the studio that day just like that.
Oh, so, well then she would be happy about it.
Okay, so where do you want me?
Over there by Bill and Ben. Yeah, Sarah Jane's in her Hand of Fear outfit.
Bill and Ben, that was from the 90s, wasn't it?
Go away. So, Sarah Jane's in her Hand of Fear outfit. Ace is in like a series sort of 24, 25 outfit. Everyone else is just wearing stuff they've clearly just given them.
It's as if they've just turned up for like a meeting at the BBC and the BBC have just suddenly gone, oh, by the way, you're going to be in this today.
Except for poor Louise Jameson, but we'll get to her. So, suddenly Mel and the 3rd Doctor, and we've loosely kind of learned maybe when Mel then turns to Sarah Jane, that the Doctor, for some reason, because apparently the companions are the same as the Doctor and they're different incarnations of the same person. No, they're being scooped from their individual times, and yet they all seem to be keeping up with what's going on. But it's not a one-for-one switch, because suddenly they become two, and then they become two but separated, maybe, because one of them... Where are they?
They are in London.
Now, Not Chris is saying London, because Not Chris is already starting to forget the location of the show that Doctor Who's crossing over with here. Would you like to give everyone just a really potted, really short version of your soap blindness affliction?
I do have soap blindness. I've never been interested in soap operas, sorry. Oh, having said that, I used to watch Neighbours when I was a kid, but that's just because it was on when I
Or was it Home and Away?
I don't know what that is.
The other Australian soap opera that was on at the same time. How can you be sure it was Neighbours?
I don't know. You're making me question everything. Anyway,
Can you name the three most prominent soaps on TV today that have been around since we've been younger as well?
Coronation Street.
Yeah.
EastEnders.
Yeah.
And Hollyoaks.
No. Yes, it's soap opera, but it's sort of a sexy soap opera that's a little more younger audience oriented.
It's full of
and
rapid
it's not one of the big ones.
Oh. Kim Kardashian? No, wait, no.
What the hell?
Reality TV, you idiot. Sorry.
Also
opera.
begins with E.
E.
Set in Yorkshire, set in the farmlands.
Eccles.
No.
Station.
What?
I'd rather watch that.
Eccles interchange. Oh god.
Morrison's in Eccles. No.
I can put you out your misery if you want.
EastEnders.
No, you said that one.
Oh.
Emmerdale.
Emmerdale. What else? That's still going.
Yeah. So.
What was the point of this?
Oh, for Christ's sake.
Oh yeah. So I can't tell the difference between Coronation Street and EastEnders.
Now this soap, this Doctor Who story crosses over with one of those soaps. Which soap is it?
EastEnders.
How do you know it's EastEnders?
They were talking like this.
Wow.
EastEnders London.
Wow. Wow.
What?
That was offensive.
How was it offensive?
Anyway.
Cockney? Apples and pears?
So every now and again, the attempt at a story, because
I apologise
it's painful.
to any people that got offended.
It's painful to call this a story. The attempt at a story grinds to a halt so that some EastEnders characters can interact with each other. Now, interestingly, because it flits between 1973, 1999, and what's the other year that features in it? Oh, I can't quite. So 73, 99. Oh, do you know, madam? What year is this?
2013.
Thank you.
Very clearly not 2013.
Well, obviously not. It's 1993.
Back in the day, were they not like, whoa, that's not 2013?
But they do a little bit of time travel-y shiz, because when they go back to 1973, which I think only happens like once, one of the characters
that's when the Queen and Prince Philip got married.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
I mean, Prince Charles had already been born at this point, but, you know.
It's... sorry. Do they have to have kids after they're married?
Oh my god, that would be scandal.
Anyway. No, what's scandalous is the way that Charles treated Diana, but the point is... Not a royalist. She was the people's princess. The point is...
Is the people's princess.
The point is... what the hell was I? This should be 2 minutes long, this video. What the hell is happening?
We're having fun.
Are we?
We're very tired.
Oh, God. Right, so...
We've been looking after a sick dog.
So, when they got to 1973, one character refers to another as, like, Ian, I think. And I think that's the character Ian Beale. So they're doing a bit of Doctor Who time travel-y stuff, because, like, you're seeing a character who's prominent in it later as a kid. It's just a little throwaway reference. It's like, that's kind of good. She just tells that lad to stop dicking around with the stall. She calls him Ian. And it's like, oh, all right, that's kind of cute.
Who's it meant to be?
I just said
Ian?
Not Ian from Doctor Who.
Oh.
EastEnders character.
Oh,
Ian
sorry.
Beale.
Okay, I was going to say, he was already...
Besides, someone's already yelled Ian. So, if I remember the order right, no, hang on, before it's the third Doctor and Sarah Jane, very briefly we've had, before the third Doctor and Mel even, I think, or maybe after, the Sixth Doctor and Susan.
It's after Mel, because Mel's the first one, because I was like, who the hell is that?
Susan, who's just dressed rather trendy for 1993.
She's not. She's got a black top on and she's wearing a cardigan.
Well, she wasn't. She was in like a jacket with a white shirt. What have you been smoking during this?
What did I watch whilst you were watching it?
Anything else, apparently.
I must be in that alternate universe where
Jesus.
Queen Elizabeth and Switzerland got married in the 70s. That's so
Jesus.
funny. I'm sorry.
So...
You're not going to live that down.
We are never going to get out of this freaking time loop at this rate.
We're stuck in a time biscuit.
We will never get to the good now. Like, you've got us stuck here, pickled in time. We'll go insane.
Oh God, the 3D heads. Are you recording this?
Yeah. So then we get the Fifth Doctor, who for some reason is now with Nyssa and Perry.
Yeah.
And I know you were paying attention at that point because you randomly just went, "Oh, Perry's got long hair. That's cute." I was like, "All right, okay." That's grabbed your attention.
Well,
Not this beautifully crafted story that is so well written and paced. It doesn't at all feel like they're rushing through it.
I was watching it and I was like, oh my God, is that Perry? She's aged a lot. And then I noticed, oh no, that's Perry on the other side. I don't understand. Who's that?
Sarah Sutton. Nyssa.
Like, oh, that's Nyssa. Nyssa looks real.
You've not seen her for like 9 years. She's allowed to age from a much younger woman into like
no, of course,
an older woman.
I'm not age shaming, not at all.
Yeah, you are.
But I thought it was Perry, and I was like, what the heck?
We run away from a bunch of monsters. Some of the great. Well,
a great one.
Everything they could find that wasn't a Dalek for rights reasons, and literally that's why they're not there.
Fifi appeared.
Fifi's there, which is a cool little shot.
Yeah.
There's a boatload of buggers in like the Christ.
Sea devils.
The dragon from Dragonfire's like in a window, just leaning out, and there's a sea devil. There is what looks like Sill's prosthetics. It's not Sill, but it's like someone's wearing it in the crowd shot. So it's just like, what is it, like a 6 foot tall slug? What's going on?
How horrifying.
There's a Cyberman. There's a random Time Lord with a gun.
There's a Time Lord under that table with a gun.
There's an Ogron.
Ogron, yeah.
And a bunch of other aliens that I barely remember.
That guy, that bug guy.
I think at least one of them isn't from Doctor Who. There's one with like it was like a printed face on sort of a sloped helmet, and I was like, I don't recognise that
and the camera lingered on it, and it was like, why are you lingering on that? That's not in the show.
Well, of course, the most.
that's just one of the cast of EastEnders. Oh.
Of course, well, don't, because they freaking bump into his. Is it Oh my God, what's her name?
Mandy.
Pat Butcher, and there's a prolonged moment where she's just like, "What the bloody hell are you talking about?"
That's offensive. Can't talk like that. That was a pair. Look at my earrings.
So, in case you're wondering, Pat Butcher is one of the 2 soap characters that my character Vera backstory was visually based on.
I gathered that.
In our parody on CBBC. The other one was Vera Duckworth from Coronation Street.
I don't know who that is.
Because you're a cultureless swine. Don't you even know when the royals got married? Anyway.
Don't bring that up, because that's really funny.
Oh, God.
I'm sorry, that is
We're not talking about the most striking, scary visual to appear in the special was Peter Davison's short hair.
I know, I don't like it.
Where
did everybody's hair go?
Colin's hair was receding, but like you could still just buy that's the Sixth Doctor. He's just got a shorter haircut, whatever.
Purely because of his costume.
7 has got big, sweepy, long locks going on, which carries on over into the next time we see him. Like John Pertwee, for like 30 years,
never
aged. Pretty much, he just sort of got a little his wrinkles got a little crisper, a little more high def, and that was kind of it. And his hair got white. He went from grey to white. That's all that's changed.
He rocked it though.
He looks the same. I wish his shirt was frillier in this.
I know.
It's almost like they couldn't give him a frilly shirt.
I wish he was wearing a cape.
Oh, his capes. Oh,
Bessie showed up.
We'll get to that.
Sorry.
Take your time, Squire.
Sorry,
That's part 2.
Soz.
So, but yeah, Peter with like really short hair, which like suits him, but is very weird to see the Fifth Doctor with short hair, which is why I think his hat comes into play, because it's so different from the hair he had in the show that they obviously went, put the hat on, put the freaking hat on.
He too looked like a waxwork.
He looked good though.
Nah.
He's a handsome devil, but it's just sort of, I think everyone's...
Looks better in leather.
Wait, what?
That space suit.
Oh, right. Bloody hell.
It's all leather. What was it?
I think everybody oh my god, are you talking about Enlightenment? Are you talking about the freaking Black Guardian story of the pirates? And,
yeah.
Oh my god, I thought you'd have erased that from your memory.
Trust me, I've tried.
So...
I'm clinging on to that good thing. Don't take it away from me.
So they're stalked by monsters, and then the Rani shows up with a ray gun. She's like, "You're going on a journey, a very long journey. Just shoot him. Just kill him.
I know.
Just kill him."
With a gun that was nearly as big as she was.
That's a bloody big prop. And then that was the cliffhanger. Now, the public had a hand in voting for what happened next. One of 2 EastEnders characters of the time, either Mandy, young kid Mandy, and her mate, it turned out.
Yeah.
Or Big Ron.
Was that his name?
It would have been like the character's nickname.
Bloody hell.
Mandy or Big Ron.
Oh, I voted Big Ron, mate. What the hell?
Characters have nicknames.
Little Bill or...
Ian Reddington, when he was in Thingy, he was called Tricky Dicky. Like, they all had sort of names and stuff. Never mind. He was in EastEnders for years. Just after this. For the bulk of the 90s.
Really?
Yeah, he did 4 or 5 years on Corrie as well in the 2000s.
Oh my god, he
Guess around.
was also Doctor Who.
Was he? I don't remember us bringing it up. They all saw the clip. They've all seen it. Anyway, the point is, viewers voted in, and the money for the phone call went to a charity, and like over £100,000 was raised. Great, brilliant, wonderful. We cannot take that away from it ever. No. Dimensions in Time raised money for charity for children in need. Fantastic, wonderful, brilliant. Put your 3D specs on and prepare to find out what happens when Mandy, who won the vote by like a margin, Mandy wins the vote. How's she going to help save the Doctor from the Rani? Well, we get back and suddenly the crowd of monsters isn't there anymore. The Doctor, Nissa and Perry are further back in the park than they were at the start of the thing. They're like right at the back of the park in Albert Square instead of like near the gate. They approach, and then the Doctor tries to communicate with his other selves, like a contact
by
moment.
vibrating his face.
Yeah, but when he does it, he just turns into the third Doctor, and suddenly Perry and Nissa are gone, and Liz is there. Liz Shaw.
Liz
Shaw, who, like we said, Caroline John gets like the only kind of like good delivery moment in the whole thing. And through she stomps, and she attacks the Rani. And it's like, this is for kicking me out of the show early, you bastards. I'm going to fight the bad guy.
Definitely.
And she fights the bad guy. And then, oh my god, she's going to get hit by the Rani, maybe. But Mandy to the rescue. Mandy and her mate just sort of pull Liz away. And then the Rani points a gun at them. They're like, oi! And they run away in like a group. Now, I've seen the Big Ron version. It is online somewhere. And he just sort of, like, pulls Liz away from the Rani. The Rani points the gun at Big Ron, and Big Ron was like, oh, all right. Hands up, and just backs away and walks off.
Why would you pull somebody...
away from someone with a gun?
I'm going to rephrase what I was about to say.
No, say it the way you were going to say it, please. This video's already gone off topic 85 times. What's an 86th tangent into filth?
I'm not going there. What if you could see that somebody's trying to take out a person that's got a massive weapon? Why would you pull? Oh, I nearly said it again.
You said when someone's got their massive weapon out, so you're not really.
Why would you pull somebody off? That when they're trying to. You made me say it. I forgot what I was going to say.
Were you excited to see Mandy save the day?
It was breathtaking.
It's pretty good, wasn't it?
It was exciting, it was exhilarating, it made my blood pump, and I was ready to go.
So, Perry and Nissa turn into Liz to become one. And then Liz runs away, And then the Doctor's going to get attacked by the Rani, but Mike Yates pulls up in Bessie.
Yates.
Bessie! And the Doctor gets in and they drive away and the Rani apparently can't shoot at a car. And then...
Oh, it's Bessie, damn it.
And then by the time Bessie pulls up to Greenwich... bloody Greenwich Meridian? Like, there's a helicopter waiting for the third Doctor who gets in, and who's piloting the helicopter?
The Brigadier!
The Brigadier! We shake hands. Or feet in this case. Nicholas Courtney! And isn't it great to hear him say like dialogue as the Brigadier again?
I'm sure it would have been.
Yeah. Why didn't they get him to ADR the lines? It's just helicopter noises.
Yeah, but you can see his face, and he's got a nice face.
He does. We'll be seeing more of him as his lovely self and hearing more of his voice in the next thing we watch, so don't worry. But by the time they land, the Doctor is the 6th Doctor again. And he gets dropped off by the boat where they started, at the docks. And it's the first and only time we ever see Colin's Doctor and the Brigadier together on screen. Suddenly the Doctor's on the boat with Victoria, who just looks terrified and confused at everything.
Shouts a lot.
They run down to the TARDIS, and then when he arrives at Greenwich proper, he's the 7th Doctor again. Meanwhile, he's looking for his friend. So, presumably the companion avatar that was Liz, so is Liz, but like the role they're playing, ran away to hide. So we cut back to see where she went, and now she's Romana, the Lala Ward incarnation, dressed like a head teacher at parent teacher night.
I think she looked fab.
She did, but she didn't look like a Time Lord or Romana.
No, she didn't.
Like, it was just like, what are you wearing?
Like I say, she'd been in a meeting and they'd gone, oh, yeah.
Hair looked nice though, but it wasn't Romana's hair. It was nothing like Romana's hair. Like, you know, Sarah Jane's hair was Sarah Jane's hair. Like, Susan's hair was Susan's hair. Do you know what I mean? The silhouette of the companions.
Mel's hair was Mel's hair.
Mel's hair was Mel's hair. The silhouette of the companions was the same. Perry's hair was longer, but it was like, no, that's Perry. I can see that's Perry. And yet, like, so Romana's in short hair, because obviously the other one was like, I'm giving my time up for free to do this. You're not putting me in the scene with anyone who I was in the show with, so I'm just going to do my couple shots.
Why should I make any effort?
She gets pulled into the old... Is it the Old Vic? I can't remember the name of the pub is, but she gets pulled in, and then you hear the TARDIS go off, because it's the Rani's TARDIS is the doorway of the pub. I have no idea who this character is, but we pull wide to reveal the only really good performance of the whole thing. I don't know who this character is, but an EastEnders dude, bespectacled, pork pie hat, sees Romana getting yanked into the pub. What does he do?
He pulls a variety of faces.
In about the space of 4 seconds.
Probably not even that. And he, his eyes were quite small.
But then...
Which made it funny.
They got really big really briefly. He was like...
And then he said, oh God, what did he say?
I've seen people thrown out the old Vic. Never seen them pulled in.
Never seen them dragged in.
Right, and then he may as well go, wait, wah, 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 and then tap down, start a shot, but I don't think they had enough time. Because I'm sorry, part 2 moves along at a disgustingly sickening speed. So much happens in part 2. Part 1's got some pacing where bits slow down for just a moment for you to go, right, okay, and then picks up again. This does that once with the bloody Mitchell brothers in a garage. We just hang out with them for like 20 seconds uninterrupted before Romana enters the scene, saying her first line facing away from the camera because whoever directed this either had no time to prepare or didn't know what the hell they were doing. Oh my God. So the Doctor's looking for Liz/companion avatar, and yet for some reason is accompanied by Victoria, which means that they've split into 2 again, maybe? He gets to the Greenwich, he's the 7th Doctor, he looks great. He arrives there, and out of like a memorial, like a plinth thing in the middle of an archway, pops Leela. Apparently in the middle of a high school production of Peter Pan playing Tiger Lily.
Or she was in her jammies.
No, I'm sorry. That's someone going, oh, what does she wear? She's all like, kind of like like tribey, but not, not tribe, just sort of like alien tribe. Think alien tribe. So someone went, that Tiger Lily outfit will do, and we'll give her a bouffant and just do her hair up a bit at the top. And no shoes.
Yeah.
The hell? What? Now, it's lovely here's the thing, it's lovely to see all these actors again. It really is lovely to see them popping up. But it's just confusing as sin. The moment they arrive on screen, you go, oh, wait, what?
I mean, if you came into this maybe even a couple of minutes late, you would have no idea what was going on.
We watched the whole thing and I have no idea what's going on. And we just watched it just before recording, and it was like my maybe 10th time I've seen this.
Why have you watched it so much?
Because it's piss your pants funny.
Oh my god.
So, that's the companion who was kidnapped. Was Romana, because she says, like, the doctor says, oh, she let you go. And Leela says, not before she cloned me, though. She has a menagerie of clones in there, because apparently the plot is that the Rani wants to unlock the key to evolution. So they use the companion as the human DNA sample. Except Leela's not human. But she didn't even take the DNA sample from Leela. Because he says it's very important. What form were you in when she cloned you? She's like, I was Romana. So the companions, even though they're meant to be scooped from different times, they're aware of who they are. Like, they're the same character.
Bloody hell.
And sometimes they're two characters. And just... what?
It's not good.
So because there's two Time Lords in there, it screws up the something of the bibbly bop and the wibbly woo. And the Doctor and Leela go into the TARDIS, and then by the time they exit the TARDIS, and they're attaching like an explosive to the outside of the Rani's TARDIS or something to set it out of whack. And the Rani doesn't notice or care, apparently. She's just standing there chilling with her greased up boy toy. And...
what?
What? And her spinning heads. And oh, for God's sake. And so he and Ace, with K9's help, maybe, he's just in the background counting down. It's John Leeson, so yay, but just what? And then they set off a thing, and as they get in the TARDIS, the Doctor goes, it'll overload. And it's dubbed, because Sylvester's facing away from the camera, but it's edited to sound like it's indoors, despite the fact his body's still in the doorway, entering the TARDIS. And it's
terrible.
And they're packing the computer away. The Doctor tries to explain what the hell the plan was to Ace. Sophie Aldred, bless her, makes it look like she understands what the hell's going on. Sylvester McCoy, bless it, makes it look like he's having a ball. And then it ends with like, we are certainly very hard to get rid of. Credit! The only way this could possibly have been a positive outcome for you as an experience is if somehow the season 24, 5, 6 theme song, which you notoriously in our reviews are not a fan of, was altered in some way to be even better. Describe the title sequence, Lou.
It is a banger that slaps.
Is it?
It's the same...
It's my least favourite title sequence in Doctor Who ever. You've got to be kidding me.
Colin's last series, are you kidding? That it was so quiet and so boring.
No, this is my least favourite.
Oh my god, at least
because this just feels like some kid grabbed his Casio that had a bunch of preset, like, you know what I mean? Like, someone's just got a new Yamaha and they're like, track number 57. Quick, put it over the Doctor Who theme song, cut out Sylvester's face and speed it up, baby! This is Doctor Who, son!
It was a banger.
It's awful. It's so bad. It is so bad.
We had a little rave before it started.
You had a little rave. I sat there bewildered.
Christopher accepted my rave and was watching in disgust.
Overalls? That's what Sarah Jane was wearing.
Unfortunately.
Boo?
Yeah.
What did you think of Doctor Who meets EastEnders in Dimensions in Time?
I would give it a
flogging if you had the opportunity.
An F minus.
It's so bad, isn't it?
It's very bad. It's boring. I can't believe people voted to have a girl push somebody and then run away.
Well, to be fair, they didn't know that's what they were getting. They were just voting for which character they wanted
I'd
to
have asked
appear.
for my money back.
So would I.
And I know it's for charity, but I'd have asked for my money back.
Was it nice to see the cast again, an assortment of them in random places?
It was. I think it would have been a bit weird to have seen all the companions together, but I wish we'd have seen all the doctors together.
I wish the whole thing would have just been the doctors and Ace.
Yeah, yeah.
I would have been
That
very
would have
happy
made
with that.
more sense. But
like, have Ace. Ace has to find, like, Seven's been nabbed. 1 and 2 are trying to get on their way to help, to excuse the fact that obviously they're not going to be in it. Yeah? And Ace has to try and, like, there's one location, we've dumped in one location, and she's got, like, 10 minutes to find 5 incarnations of the Doctor.
But then it turns out...
Her Doctor and another 3. Because that's how you do your weird little EastEnders scenes, is you have, like, one of them stuck in an argument at the market, one of them's in the pub, like, trying to order a lemonade while someone's being kicked out and there's an argument. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's how you make it feel more like a weird charity special, whilst also giving each Doctor a moment and having Ace be your main character. Because this isn't, in case you can't tell, this is not considered canon. This is not considered part of the show.
I don't think it should be considered.
God, I love you.
I love you too.
But it's weird to think that the 10th anniversary is the 3 Doctors, the 20th is the 5 Doctors, the 40th is Scream of the Shalka, 50th is the Day of the Doctor. Like, 4 key events, 4 decade markers, 4 really, really interesting, unique celebrations of the show. The 30th was Dimensions in Time. Now, the show gets its due proper about a week later on the broadcast schedule, closer to the actual anniversary of the show. It will be celebrated properly in a documentary that we are going to cover in our next video. So, if you've seen Dimensions in Time, folks, let us know down in the comments below. What is the worst stroke best part of it for you? Like, which bit gives you the most joy? Which bit makes you cringe so hard you, like, shrink into yourself?
The bit where that guy walked past the camera, talking about the pub. Well, I've seen people trucked out, I've never seen people pulled in.
Well, that's Lucy's. Not Chris's. And join us next time.
What's yours?
Madam, what year is this? I mean, how much do I say? I say that on average at least 50 times a year.
Yeah, he does. Genuinely.
Not just screaming it, like doing it, expecting a response.
Yeah.
I'm deranged. But next time we have something much more sincere, something much more wonderful. We are going to be tuning into the extended cut known as More Than 30 Years in the TARDIS. We'll see you next time. Judging by the quality of your fruit, madam, I shan't be forking out for it. Whatever it is.